the Shin Hand Tank Pro League. I'm going to take it a little bit easier today on my voice just because my voice is feeling a bit weird and I don't want to sort of damage my voice or anything by screaming too much. But you know what? Today wasn't a bad day, so let's get into it pretty quickly. There's no point hanging around. There's not really too much to introduce at the beginning today. Obviously, I did do a cast yesterday, which is why I need to take it a little bit easier on my voice. But other than that, it should be good. Looks like we have a couple of people tuned in already, so thank you very much. Okay, let's head on over to basically introduce the maps for the first match, and of course, what the teams are going to be as well. So let's have a look. First of all, I'm going to change the order a little bit of how I do this, just because I want to show you what teams are going to be playing first. And as you can see, in game 1, it's going to be DM versus SK Bravo. DM have won 1, lost 1 so far overall. SK Bravo haven't fared as well, going 0 for 2, but they have won a couple of games, but not really doing too well so far. And this is going to be their redemption match if they do want to go for it. They have to obviously fight pretty hard for it, but I think they can. They're certainly not to be counted out just yet, I would say. Still a long way to go in round 1. This is week 3. There are 4 more weeks after this. So they have a lot of chances to come back and fight their way to the top of the group. But the maps they're going to be playing on today is going to be as follows. Much like the cast yesterday, we're going to have Gladiator as the first map, Polaris Rhapsody as the second map, Grand Line SE as the third map, Neo Moonglaive, and Judgment Day as the final ace map. And of course, as always, the matches for today in this case is going to be a PvZ between Magician and Tech on Gladiator. Cruzago and Haven will be battling it out in a PvZ on Polaris Rhapsody. Torsan and Kitty will be playing against each other in a TVT, which will be the first TVT in the tournament so far on Grand 9 SE. And, finally, apart from the ace match, of course, we will have White versus Old Man Slum. Should be pretty fun. That's another PvZ. So this matchup has a lot of PvZ in it, guys, so I hope you love Protoss and Zerg. But here we go. Let's have a quick look at the table as it stands. So as I said before, it's not exactly in order, but as you can see, steaming away at the top of the table, you do have SK Alpha. They have won all 3 of their games so far. DM will be looking to try and gain their lead up today. And unfortunately, you do have SK Bravo and Ash, along with Sai, all losing their games, unfortunately, overall. So, a little bit of misordering, but still, you can see there's some pull-away teams already. But of course, all is still to play for. This is just round 1. And I'm going to make a big post on this later at some point, just explaining the entire format, because I think I've not really made it as clear as I wanted to. But here we go. Let's actually head on to have a look at who the first players are going to be. As I mentioned before, it's going to be Tech and Magician, a PvZ. Tech playing incredibly well for his team so far, has won 2 out of 3 of his games, 66% win rate. Magician not faring too well, but this is going to be his revenge match here. He's going to try and get a win. He wants to get his name on the table. He doesn't want to go down as one of the lower players on his team, so there's certainly a lot to play for in this game. Tech, one of the better players in the tournament results-wise at the moment. He did have 1 ace appearance as well. I'm thinking about adding that onto the screen if I can, just so we can sort of have a look at who the most dependable players are, but I'm probably going to be making a few changes between round 1 and round 2, not too much like during the tournament. But the first map, just to go straight into it, is going to be on Gladiator. That's going to be a lot of fun. Gladiator, of course, the first map this week. PvZ so far showing to be pretty good, so well, on this map at least. Zerg faring a little bit better at the moment, but there's been some pretty crazy games, and I'm almost certain this game will not be any different. So I am just very quickly going to throw up the intro, and then we will get straight into the first game. Hey guys, and as I said, we're going to get straight into the first game. I have everything loaded up already today, and let's get started. Now, Brood War is being a pain. There we go, let's actually get that to show up as well. Kinda need that to cast. Glad I checked. But gonna be pretty cool this game. It's gonna be with starting off in the bottom left position. Okay, it started with the pause, but we didn't have to sit and watch that. It's gonna be fighting for SK Bravo. It's gonna be Magician. And his opponent starting in the top right position is going to be the Blue Protoss fighting for DM. It's going to be Tech. Now, if this is the first time you've tuned into any of the STPL, every single match between the teams is going to be a best of 5. So there's a best of 1 between each player. So it's a best of 5, best of 1s as such. And every game counts towards the overall victory table at the end. I'm still trying to work out exactly how I want to rank that, but it is going to be based around be it match wins or game wins individually. I think I need to figure that out and put it all in the thread and also on Discord just so all the teams understand everything. The game speed is not on slowest, it's on fastest. It's on like, I can put it to ×2 if you want, but you know what, you don't want that, so there we go. We're going to have a gateway expand coming up for Tech. I was going to mention that before, but got a little bit distracted. Now, as I said, I'm going to try and take it a little bit easier on my voice today. I've been on the phone quite a lot of work today, and I did cast yesterday, so I've not really had the rest day like I normally plan to do in between, which is why I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I did have to delay Monday stream, unfortunately, so we do have a hatchery coming up for Magician with the pool behind that. That's actually a 12 hatch. Very, very ballsy these days. Mainly because of cannon rushes and everything, and also gateway expands pretty good against it. But spawning pool on 13, I believe, so pretty good there for him. And looks like the probe is going to find the Zerg opponent fairly shortly. Luckily enough for Magician, there isn't going to be any cannons in play, so he's not really going to be able to cannon rush, of course. This map, not as good for cannon rush. It's very hard to fit any cannons behind any minerals anywhere. You could possibly do it in the main, maybe in the bottom corner, but even then it's not really worth it. And going to be a little bit annoying. I might lose my yard time. Oh man. It'll be harsh. But yeah, here we go. We're going to have a Nexus coming up for Tech, so it is going to be a gateway expand. And to show you how bad my voice is, I'm already losing my voice, and I've only just started casting, so I really do need to take it easy, maybe just talk as if I'm talking normally, not go too hyped today, although I probably will do anyway, just because that's how I cast and I can't really stop it. Apparently it's to do with something about how when I get excited, rather than going faster, I just make my voice slightly higher pitched, which doesn't really help my voice box. But you know what, hopefully the game's going to be pretty fun anyway. Looks like we do have the third base coming up at the other natural for the Zerg player. Now, of course, due to the fact they did spawn cross, there isn't really a good expansion for him to take, which is far away from the Protoss player. Of course, you could maybe take another main, but the benefit of doing this is you will gain control of this ramp, and we'll be able to get hold of another natural here. Looks like the probe, oh sorry, I completely missed this. Looks like the Zealot has taken out 1 drone and 3 Zerglings. Looks like there's a second Zealot in here as well. Looks like I need to keep an eye on the minimap again. Too busy moaning about my voice, but here we go. Lair on the way as well. That's going to be 3 hatch lair. This Zergling should be able to take down the Zealot. Pretty good job, but here comes another Zealot again. Gonna get behind the minerals, gonna trade very, very efficiently. Should be able to get at least 4 links here, I would say, if he controls this well enough. And it looks like Magician's not really going to be going for any form of... Oh, nearly lost my glass of water everywhere. But yeah, pretty good here. Okay, so we do have the second base now up. Another Zealot is actually zooming in, getting at 1 Zealot, or getting at 1 Zergling. Volvis immediately surrounded I believe this is like the 5th Zealot, is going to stay back at home. He knows he can't be too aggressive. There are going to be some lings out on the map, and not really too much else to say there. Looks like he will start droning up at all of his bases. He has dealt with a very, very early Zealot aggression, And of course, with the amount of lings he was forced to make to defend against that, yeah, this, as Doctor pointed out, this isn't the best of walls, and this could come back and really hurt him. But hopefully, it's not going to end like that. That would be a very, very anticlimactic game. Tech has been doing a pretty good job with his aggression, killed at least 2 drones and about 10 lings overall. That's about 5 lava worth of what could have been drones, so very, very important. Gonna delay the Zerg's economy quite significantly. And now we do have a Spire coming up as well. This is gonna likely be to build some scouts, to build some Scourge, or as Shamtu says, I think it is Scourge. Wait, who is it? Oh, wait, no. Is it Artosis that I heard say Scourge? I can't remember. Either way, there's someone who calls it Scourge and it makes me laugh. But, gonna be Scourge. Most likely, of course, muteless play can be very strong on this map. There's a lot of really nice places you can fly in. But with the Protoss going for Corsairs, he's going to be able to get a good scout off on this. Getting +1 attack as well. Possibly going to head into DTs behind this. This is a really, really good way of going Corsair DT. You get that +1 to kill the Overlords incredibly quickly, and then you push in with the DTs. But here we go, 4 Zealots coming in, and this... Oh, it's day 9, thank you. And it's going to be a drone massacre. The drone's actually transferring over to the other base. Gonna make it a little bit more obvious that there is... Oh, of course the probe did actually just scout this as well. But here we go. Zealot's gonna scout the Spire. No real need to send the Corsair over there to scout this, but this is going to be a very, very nice engagement for Tech to be taking here. There's a lot of lings, but there should be enough Zealots to actually do decently up against this, but no, really nice drone drill. Gonna push the Zealots out the way and gonna mitigate a lot of the damage there, so really, really nicely done by our Zerg player there. Looks like we're going to have Tech moving in some more Zealots. Going to go down pretty much immediately to the Zerglings, so really nice positioning on those. But here we go, this is the money moment. He goes behind this this area here, going to hide behind the overlay just so we can't really see it. And that's going to be a bit of a pain, but here we go. Corsairs coming in, they're going to be able to take down some of these Overlords. Let's see if there is a Templar Archives on the way. I think there will be fairly shortly. There is a Citadel. There's actually an idle probe at the top of his base, which is kind of interesting, but here we go. The Zealot actually moving back out. It killed all of the lings. Gonna get a drone as well, so really, really nicely done by Tech once again. And due to all the Corsairs, Magician is heavily, heavily supply blocked right now. He's gonna try and chase down the Corsairs with the Scourge. Not really gonna be able to get too much. There is gonna be a cannon in the main just about to finish up, so these are probably gonna go down. We'll get a scout off though, that's pretty good for him. Now this probe's still sitting a little bit idle. Of course he's been doing a lot of work microing his Corsairs around, microing his Zealots. So leaving idle probes is a fairly... It's not a great thing to do, but it's fairly understandable, I would say. There's a lot to worry about in Brood War. He technically does have about 170 APM, so not the highest APM Protoss player I've ever seen. I mean, when you look at BCA, it's like 400 APM, like at all parts of the game. And when you watch his stream, it's... You know what? When you watch a stream, it's really, really bad. And, well, yeah, it's really, really hard to follow, because he's just doing so much all the time. Looks like the Zerg player is going to try and turtle up a bit, going to add a lot of Sunkens and Spores, like 1 Spore to each of his bases most likely, just to help defend against the Corsairs. The Corsair count does sit at 4 at the moment, going to make it a little bit more annoying for the Zerg player to try and keep his Overlords alive. There's actually no defense against the Corsairs here, so if the Corsairs did manage to fly into this third base, they could get another 3 Overlords for free, and that would be incredibly good for him. But looks like he is just planning, he's actually adding on some cannons. I think he's a little bit worried about some kind of counterattack. We do have some Corsairs just completely circling past the Scourge. And there are a couple of Scourge here with a single Hydralisk going to be able to defend against the Corsairs a little bit, but not very much. That is 5 Corsairs now. Is he going to add a 6th? Yes, he is. We do have Templar Archives done. There's likely going to be some DTs added on. Yeah, there we go. We've also got some High Templars as well. And it looks like finally +1 should be nearly finished. Yep, so +1's nearly finished. He's actually pushing in a bit of an anti-timing here, but knowing the fact he does have quite a lot of units means he can actually bust in here, I believe. But gonna think a little bit different of it. purely on the basis that he wants to make sure he doesn't lose his zealots for free. There is of course quite a lot of links here. He's going for +1 carapace first with his evolution chamber as well, so no Hydra attack or anything. I think he should have his Hydra upgrades coming along the way, but this could be a pretty big Ling counter attack here, and this could do a decent amount of damage. He could at least try and get through this wall and get some of the High Templar, but it looks like he's thought a bit better of it. Finally, we do actually have lurkers on the field, and here we go. The Corsairs are going to have free reign for the time being over these Overlords. Just look how quickly the Overlords are dying, and once again, Magician finds himself completely supply blocked, and these Lings are going to be caught out in the middle of the map as well if he's not careful. The Scourge going in though, getting some nice connections, not killing anything from what I can see. He has done a lot of damage to at least 2 of these Corsairs though, and that is going to be really annoying. Looks like he tried to turn around and deal with it, but does lose a Corsair. Pretty unfortunate for him. We do have the Zealots, a single VT and the High Templar trying to push up onto this little pizza wedge. Going to be able to take his 3rd base. And Tech is going to be feeling very, very good about this game. There's not really too much you can say, but here we go. A Lurker actually running in, going to try and burrow, but there is an Observer here already, so that's very, very early for Tech to be actually coming in. They're going to be allow him to do that, but does lose a single. I think that was the DT that actually went down there, but here we go. The Lurkers trying to be a little bit more aggressive. They're going to run in between the cannons and the units, but I don't think he realizes there's an Observer here, and this is going to cause him to lose 3 of the only units he actually has. I mean, if we look back at his bases, he doesn't really have any aggressive units whatsoever. He has a Lurker hiding here, didn't really get any damage done. I think he was trying to catch this probe transfer. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad for Magician. Tech is looking like he's going to take a very, very quick 4th base. He has 5-6 gateways now. He has all of his tech coming into play, and he has such a big army right now. He could actually just push in. Looks like the Corsair is going to come in, trying to take out some of the extra Overlords again. There is still 5 Corsairs, but that's not going to be enough to deal with this many 1 Carapace Scourge, actually, so he's going to have to retreat. Would be interested to see if he adds some more on, but looks like he is just going to really focus on his gateway units. He's adding a lot of Dragoons on now. He's got a lot of Zealots. He does know there is Lurkers in place, so you do need those Dragoons to really help out in those engagements. And I mean, this is going to go into a little bit of a, not a stale game, but not really too much is going to happen, at least for the time being. Tech, finally, though, is looking to do some damage, and this could be the push that actually ends the game. There is not really all that much left alive for Tech at this base. He does have 3 Lurkers and 2 Sunkens, and he of course does have his wall. He's trying to actually build some drones right now. That's a bit greedy. This hatchery is 100% going to go down. Is there even anything that can actually reinforce this from the other side? Looks like the Zergling's actually getting caught out, going to be pulled into the Ling, so we shouldn't actually have any Hive Tech on the way or anything. So this push is looking really, really deadly. There's absolutely nothing that can contest just the sheer size of Tech's army here. I mean, this army is probably about the same amount of supply as Magician's got overall. So this is pretty dangerous. Looks like he's going to try and add some more Sunkens in the back, but it's probably not going to be enough. He's going to lose his Hydralisk Den. Looks like we do have some Lings moving in from behind. But unfortunately that's not really going to do too much. I'm actually going to check I'm definitely on fastest, and I am. We do have an extra thing coming in. Looks like 2 of the Corsairs have actually gone down. And another one has gone down, but here we go. The Storm does come in. The other 2 Corsairs go down as well. And if Magician can actually hold on and get enough units to really push in or push back against Tech, he may be able to do a really good job here, but I don't think he is. Looks like Tech has pulled the trigger. He's going to move in. There are Lings and Lurkers coming in from behind. They're going to do a pretty decent job. They do not have Adrenaline yet, but it will force Magician's army, sorry, Tech's army back for the time being. But no, here we go. The units from behind have actually died. The Sunkens are pretty much all dead. Only 3 Lurkers do remain to try and hold this base. But it looks like Tech is not willing to actually push in. He's going to get his 4th base up. He has cannons here as well. Looks like he may even think about taking a 5th base, so that's a DT actually. So that DT is going to make sure there's no hidden base or anything. Of course, he does now know that Magician is at least on 3 base. He hasn't seen the 4th base coming up just yet, but this shot will most likely lead to the death of that base. That's going to be 3 DTs dropping into the base. A big army heading over, and this base is 100% going to go down. He is not going to be able to get anything here to defend this. I don't even think he has enough units to kill 3 DTs right now, and here we go. Looks like Tech gonna push in to the front. We should have the hatchery going down in just a second, and it looks like that is gonna go down. Zealots on top of the units, Dragoons on top of the Lurkers as well, and this is going to be a huge engagement. Looks like we do have more and more units coming in from the back though. It is pretty much a purely Dragoon army at the back, and Lings are very good against Dragoons. Looks like we may actually have Adrenaline in play. We finally must have the Hive up, but that was a very nice storm. Lurkers on top, actually storming his own Dragoons. Doesn't really matter too much. There's going to be 3 DTs here as well, and GG. Magician gets taken out here by Tech in the first game. Let's actually just go to the camera view. I'm just going to check thingy here. Oh, okay, so one of DM's players has changed. So luckily enough, they let me know just before. So wait, hold on. Did he say that before? Oh, he didn't. Okay, so that's my fault. I think I must have set the overlay up slightly different. But you know what? That was a pretty good game there. I'm just going to get ready to set up the next replay and everything, and then we can get going with the next game. Should be a lot of fun. As you can see, I've got my glass of water directly in front of me today. Trying to do a good job of keeping my voice hydrated and everything, just to make sure I don't overdo it. Of course, we'll have a day off tomorrow, so it's going to feel pretty good. Although I do really enjoy casting. It's a lot of fun, so I don't hate this whatsoever. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, is I am going to bring up the intro while I set up the next part of the overlay, and we are going to get into the next game, which is going to be Gambito versus Haven. So please do enjoy, and I'll see you guys in a moment.